you guys excited? Expert Secrets, what? This book, straight up insane, okay? So I remember, I was starting out, and I spent like so much of my life just learning about how to get like really good at stocks. And so like, that's what I'm super passionate about, right? And I read this book, and I realized that like, I can take everything that I've been doing, and all the information that I've been working with, and everything I've been learning over years and years, and suddenly be able to like impact tons of people. And I read this after I published High Noon, and what was so interesting is like, I never really understood how to actually turn sort of the information that I knew, the expertise I had in any kind of market or any kind of business, into like windfall profits, right? And so for me, like, the epiphany, the biggest thing I can have in my company was like, what, you sell your book on Amazon for 35 bucks, right? And then I read Expert Secrets, and I suddenly learned that there are ways to add like ridiculously greater amounts of value to people's lives, and insane ways to actually give them so much more, and be worth so much more to them over time, which I think is just an absolutely crazy concept, because if you can increase your value, you can increase the amount of money that you make, right? And so it's all key, it's all paramount in your ability to really turn out the most profits possible, so you can have the biggest impact possible on as many people as possible by like, reinvesting into finding more people to really kind of move towards your message. I think it's ridiculously cool. I'm reading this book, and the guy who wrote it, like, he's got like this billion-dollar software company, coolest thing on the planet. And what he's done is he's taken this exact same process of like leveraging, being an expert, and turned it into this crazy growth curve. Not only for like he sells like information, right? Because see, when I was starting out, I never really thought like, how can I sell information, right? But then I like spent all this time learning, figuring out the actual like secrets of investing. And then I read this, and it was like, holy crap, right? Because what it does is it lets you go from this base case here, where it's just you, and it lets you impact so many more people. By leading them as sort of like an expert in the industry, right? Which is just like ridiculously cool. And so what it does is it lets you take sort of any kind of the information that even if it's just like based on, he's got this example where this guy like started this hot dog stand, and then he had this hot dog stand for himself, but he just started teaching other people how to do it, and then he had like 10 times greater impact. His business grew so much. It's like the coolest thing ever, because it's like any industry where you're looking at being like the expert, right? And you've got all this work done right here, and you know that you're worth it. You know that you know the information. It can be any amount of information in any kind of sector. You take that, right? And then what's cool is that you can have such a greater impact on those around you. Then I never thought it would be possible to really do like what I'm doing right now, all because of following like the secrets in here. And what's so cool is it's not like just strategies, it's not just tactics, but it's like the actual art of what he does to make it a reality. And it's like insanely cool, because like it helps you find your voice, which I think was one of the toughest things doing when I started out, was figuring out like who do I want to be to others, right? And so like when I would give like seminars, especially like starting on, like I didn't really know like what do you mean who do I want to be, right? And what it does is it lets you figure out like who you should be and what your identity should be, especially as you work with others, so that you can have sort of once you figure out who you are, once you know who you are and you understand that, then you can go and you can have this impact on so many more people and add tons of value in their lives simply by focusing on your core, focusing on your strengths. And that was something that like it really helped clear up, is this idea of like, where do you want to start at and where do you want to go to? Because once you figure out where you want to go to, it's so much easier to make it happen. And then what's cool is he interweaves like all these little sly secret facts that like I never thought of before. This one concept versus now being able to say you get this and you get this and you get this and you get this and you get this. And I did this with my book with some of my friends, just like trying to figure out how to actually make it happen. And it was so crazy cool, because they were like, holy crap, I want to buy that, right? And just by like mastering these very simple concepts, like all of a sudden you can make people like just want to give you money, which is just insanely cool. Because you add so much value into their lives by sharing, like literally what it takes, whatever like skill you have. For me, it was like stocks, right? It took me like years and years to figure out how to get really good at stocks. But I know for like some of you guys, you have like this one thing that you're really passionate about, that you like just love to do, and it's really so cool is you can take that and you can turn it into an actual business, so you can have real impact on others and actually change their lives. and at the same time be able to generate income for yourself and have value in your own life, which I think is just insanely cool. And it all kind of stems from like being sort of an expert. You don't have to be like, you know, the best expert ever, but like something that you know, something that you are passionate about, something you've invested your time in, your education in. What's so crazy is that there are like so many people every single day that are looking up, you know, whatever you're really good at into Google. So like for me, like so many people are looking up every day how to invest in stocks, and like I know I could change their lives. And so like it's from, you know, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you love to do, whatever you like put your time, your energy, and your effort into like actually doing. So many people are trying to figure out how to do the exact same thing, but they just don't know how to start. And for so many people, it's really interesting because they have this barrier at the beginning, and it's tough, right? And they see like sort of this end goal that they want to get to. Maybe it's where you are, maybe it's where people like you are, and they see this timeline of the like time, right? And as time goes on, they're like, okay, well one day, you know, I can get here, right? And what's interesting is that they try to do it on their own. Like, you know, when I tried to do like all this stuff on my own, I didn't really know anyone to learn from. It takes a long time. You have to go, it's slow at the beginning, and then at the end, you know, maybe like in a long time, you'll finally get there. Versus if you can be like actually change someone's life by coming with them through the process and having an impact alongside them, you can help them jump up really quickly here at the beginning. They get really good just by leveraging the experience that you've had and that you can share with them, which is the most powerful thing you can share with somebody. And then they just come right over here, right? And they get here so much faster than they could have ever been dreamed of if they're trying to do it on their own. Because it allows you to what? It allows you to have an impact on others, allows you to share with others. And like they'll pay you for this because this is really valuable. You're literally shaving, you know, years off of their life that they'd be wasting if they try to do this on their own. And now you not only are you creating value for yourself, but you're creating significantly more value in the marketplace, right? Because what it does is it allows others to have the same results that you're getting in a much faster, condensed period of time, which I just think is ridiculously cool. And so like the reasons that are impacting there, and what's cool is he like walks you through the exact series and sequences that I've seen literally hundreds of times with everyone trying to sell like information, right? And turn it into a viable career. And what's so cool is that like this is what everyone uses. Like it's insane because everyone's following this one system. And he's like spent literally like decades trying to figure out like how to get biggest impact on people and convince them that they should go on this process with you. And he figured out like this insane concept of like, you know, the perfect presentation, the perfect whatever. He just does it so well. It's insane. And it's something that he's been like standing on stage for decade to learn. And to think that like, you know, you can leverage. It's the same thing, right? You're getting all of this information that took him all this time to learn in this very condensed period of time, which is just like ridiculously powerful. And he just gives it away for free, which is like insane. I don't know, it's just such a crazy journey, crazy book. It allows you to really create like that movement of people that want to follow you and pay you for your advice, which I think is just like ridiculously cool because what it does is like, you know, when people like actually commit capital to their education and to their personal growth, what it does is like, you know, people pay like tons of money to go to school, but they maybe don't learn like applicable skills. What's cool is like you can teach people applicable skills they can use now to have actual results in the marketplace, which is just like ridiculously cool. And it allows you to have such a huge impact on others, while at the same time like turning, like building like a real online business. And it kind of goes along with some of the stuff he talks about in his other book, but it's so fundamentally different and core, because with this, it's like you get to make your calling a career, which I think is just ridiculously cool because it allows you to focus on your unique ability, right? So like, you know, say you've got like this chart, right? And it's all the things that you could possibly do, but you know that there's tons of options, and yet maybe this isn't too fun, this isn't too fun, and maybe you just aren't passionate about that. But then you get to this one sector where it's like, you know what? This is maybe the one thing that I'm really passionate about. This is the one thing I really care about. This is what I love to do, like every single, so like for me, like I would trade stocks, I do trade stocks every single day, and often, you know, with the PDT rule, I can only make like 3-day trades a week, but I'm still trading like every single day because I love it, right? And I would do it, you know, without pay forever, right? It's just my calling, I love it, it's amazing, right? And so to think that like you can find that and then apply it and then like turn it into an actual career, especially at the beginning, like you're trying to overcome like initial capital barriers to entry. Like this is very low capital requirement to go out there and help people get to the point that you're at, right? Because you already know everything that you need to know to get to where you're at, because you're already there. You're already at at that level. And so, I mean, if you're way up here, and 99% of the population is right here, to think that like you could just give a little bit, just like give a little bit down here. I mean, even if you just put in like half the effort, like imagine how much impact that could have on somebody's life to get them way up here, or to get them up here, and eventually have like some of my students, they just freaking pass me, man. They're insane. That impact on someone's life will have so much value. It'll totally change everything. It doesn't have to be like, the make money space. I know that tons of people do this in like relationships or health or wellness or whatever. And it's just so crucial. Like he walks you through exactly, even if you don't even have a business here, even if you don't even know what you want to do yet, or what your passion is, or what you're really smart at yet, what you're really good at yet. Even if you don't even have any of that, he walks you through exactly how to figure out what to do. So that you can know sort of like exactly how to build this business now and start selling things, just start going and start learning together with those other individuals. So that you can grow as a team and as a mastermind and as a group, which is just like ridiculously cool and super powerful. This book is like, honestly, it's insane. It's like literally underground play, but we're creating a mass movement of people who will pay you for your advice. It's so crazy cool. And it's interesting because like, if I went to all these stock seminars when I was still in North Carolina, and I would always try to like help people, right? I'd be like, yo, dude, that's some really bad diversification, man. I would recommend maybe not having half your portfolio at Apple. Oh man, and then Apple was at like 20%. But it's long-term stuff, whatever, right? But it's like people like so many people, they didn't even care, right? They weren't even listening. They were like, dude, who cares? We're not gonna listen to you. Because I'm like, all right, dude, cool, man. And then they lose a bunch of money, and I'd be like, hey, if you just did this, you make a bunch of money. And so like, we can actually get people to build relationships with you, and it would like scalable business systems that allow you to connect with individuals without necessarily being like right next to them on a one-on-one basis. What it does is so ridiculously cool, is it lets you have like a much bigger impact than you could ever have if you were just giving out information for free. Right? People are gonna listen so much more intently, and I've gone through so many courses, right? And I listen to those courses, I pay attention to that crap, so I'm paying out my butt for it, right? And so people are gonna care so much more about the information you're sharing with them when they pay even just nominal amounts of money, which is just so powerful because it allows you to have this much bigger impact than versus, if they didn't pay anything at all for the information. Maybe they just like Google a couple things to get to this level, but if you share it with them on a more intimate level, they can get way up here, right? And that's the power, and that's the ability you have to really change someone's life, of being that one guiding lighthouse that brings them to the island that you've already kind of mastered and built, which is just like so ridiculously powerful. So yeah, Expert Secrets, it's literally a free book, which I think is the most cool thing ever. It's just awesome. And you get your free copy, there's a link below. It's insanely awesome. Definitely recommend if you want to like, turn into money. Like, this is what everyone's using. This is the strat. It's just insanely cool. So yeah, guys, but we got a ton of value from this. Go out there, apply it, absolutely crush it, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.